Picture an Egyptian noon. Dunes shimmer, vultures circle, only a shovel bites sand. A weary monk, exiled from Constantinople for forbidden reading, treks here for one last defiance. He stoops, slides a limestone slab, and lowers a leather-wrapped codex into a jar holding 12 others. Trembling, he seals it with pitch and prays, "For the unborn, may light find these pages." That burial bred a rumor that outlived empires. Caravan guides murmured in smoky tents, a gospel penned by the woman Jesus trusted. Traders saw cross and circle marks on sandstone by a half-buried monastery. Pilgrims bore the tale north, weaving it into hymns through Antioch and Rome. 3 whispers made the story irresistible. 1. The codex contained a letter from Mary Magdalene to Peter. 2. Inside, Jesus revealed a hidden word, key to each soul's divine spark. 3. The letter also named a traitor called the Lion, sworn to silence Mary. Bishops warned the letter's release would shatter the young church's unity. A woman with higher revelation, a second betrayal, unthinkable. Councils decreed, let none seek the woman's gospel or copy her words. Scribes froze, quills halted, existing copies fed the fire. Yet the legend lived. Century after century, travelers hunted the monastery where the jar supposedly lay. Some returned sunburned, others vanished in storms, fueling darker rumors. Tonight, we track the legend to its source, walk silent cloisters, breathe incense, descend catacombs where pages of light hid. Stay, for the deeper we dig, the nearer we come to a gospel that could upend all we know of Jesus, through the woman he trusted most. Night silvered the Sea of Galilee as Mary Magdalene heard her name on the wind. Jesus stood apart, lantern trembling on the shore. "Come," he said, "the hour is short, the mystery great." They walked beyond the sleeping disciples' earshot. Waves lapped, moonlight made the water living glass. Jesus knelt and traced twin interlocked circles crowned by a cross. The pattern glowed with light no torch could cast. He named it the secret word, not a sound but a symbol promising each soul a divine spark. "When the world says God sits far away," he said, "remember, the kingdom burns within and no priest can bar it." Warmth bloomed behind Mary's ribs. She asked how to awaken this light in others. Jesus gave 3 daring teachings. 1. Know yourself, search your heart's hidden chambers. 2. Break every chain. No fear-forged law can bind a blazing soul. 3. Guard the flame. Darkness will try to snuff it. He warned, "One who claims to serve me will become the darkness, burying this word for centuries." Before dawn, Jesus pressed Mary's hands into the sand, sealing the circles with her prints. "When they forget my voice," he whispered, "let them hear yours." He returned to camp, leaving Mary cradling a secret bright enough to ignite the world. What she did next echoed across empires, carried in letters, sung in forbidden hymns, hunted by silencers. Stay, for in part 3, we watch the church move to smother this light. Dawn barely touched Galilee when Mary returned, the secret word burning in her ribs. She vowed to guard it, but by sunset the first shadow fell. A trusted disciple, history calls him the Lion, overheard her whisper the twin circle sign. Fear flashed in his eyes. He rushed to Jerusalem with rumors sharp as daggers. Word reached bishops in hidden chambers. They read Mary's letter, blanching at "No priest may bar the kingdom. If it spread, their power would crumble like dust." By 150 AD, the first edict thundered, "Let none speak of the woman's gospel. Let every copy be burned with salt and sulfur." Crowds cheered, scrolls crackled, flames licked the sky. But fire couldn't kill an idea alive in hearts. The church doubled down. At Antioch, bishops recast Mary, not apostle but repentant harlot. Artists painted her red, scribes tied her to sin, preachers called her proof of mercy, not authority. Yet as sermons rang, moonlit circles copied her letter, hiding pages in hollow staffs and false-bottom chests. Each warned, "Guard the flame. The lion prowls." In 325 AD, Constantine summoned Nicaea. While creeds debated, corridors hunted the Magdalene heresy. Spies shadowed monks, abbots vanished. Still, the codex survived, passed hermit to hermit like an ember. Whenever authorities stamped it out, another copy whispered, "The kingdom burns within you." In Part 4, one decree will try to erase Mary forever, igniting murder, martyrdom, and rewritten scripture. Stay, the battle has just begun. Suppression's fire flickered yet never died. 50 years after Nicaea, bishops sought a final solution. In 591, Pope Gregory I mounted the Lateran pulpit. Incense hung thick as fog. Raising a golden crozier, he thundered, "Behold Mary Magdalene, the repentant harlot." Decrees crossed Europe. Monks painted Mary in vermilion, eyes downcast, perfume jar in hand. In one generation, the bearer of the secret word became a cautionary tale. Resistance flared. In Sinai, hermit Theophilus still recited the hidden word. 3 years later, soldiers stormed his cave. They found an extinguished lamp and a line on the wall. "The flame cannot die." He vanished. In Gaul, Nun Halima hid a copy in her bell tower. A bishop found it. She refused to yield. Branded heretic, she was exiled beyond the Rhine, the letter vanishing with her. At the Lateran, scribes scraped parchments, overwriting Apostola Apostolorum. Each scrape rang like a coffin nail. By the 8th century dawn, official gospels cast Mary only as repentant sinner. Yet secret circles still passed the twin circles, hand to trembling hand. Erasing a voice leaves a hollow, but a hollow can echo. In Part 5, monks carry the letter across crusader-scarred deserts, chased by inquisitors sworn to snuff the ember. The flame weakens, but burns. Stay, the darkest night lies ahead. As the 9th century dawned, rumors rose of one unaltered letter in the desert. The Ember Codex, said to glow under lamplight. Sinai's heirs guarded it, wearing only a thrice-knotted hemp cord. Guard the flame. Each spring, a monk carried the codex across jagged desert to a hidden cistern, passing it with the password, "In dust we hide, in light we burn." But the lion's inquisitors pursued. In 1199, they ambushed Brother Adriel at Wadi Farah. Sand ran red, yet the wounded monk slipped away, codex tied to his chest. Weeks later, he reached Mount Lebanon. Behind a waterfall lay their final sanctuary, hermitage etched with twin circles. As brothers dressed his wounds, Adriel warned, "The lion is at our heels." Old Syriacus decided the codex must vanish until safer days. Torchlit, the monks lowered it into a fissure, sealed with lead and the twin circle signet. At dawn, the waterfall roared unchanged. The inquisitors found only ashes and footprints lost in spray. Thus ended the Brotherhood's watch, but not the story. In Part 6, a rogue knight and a runaway scribe will seek the gospel rumored to set Christendom ablaze. Summer 1187, a week after Saladin retook Jerusalem, a rumor rode desert winds. A firebook sleeps behind a Lebanese waterfall. The tale reached Sir Roland de Clermont, a dispossessed French knight. Hungry for purpose, he seized the rumor but needed a guide. Enter Layla of Antioch, a young Coptic scribe with ink-stained fingers and a half-torn map. Sword and scroll set out together. They rode north through cedar forests. At each monastery, Roland offered gold and Layla knowledge. Show us the intertwined circles. Most monks recoiled, but one novice whispered, "Follow the river that sings in stone." For 6 nights they searched ravines. On the 7th dawn, they found a smoking waterfall over black rock. Behind the veil waited destiny. Roland plunged through and vanished. A shout echoed. Layla followed, torch sputtering. Deep inside, they found an iron plug stamped with twin circles, sealed by ancient lead. 8 armored silhouettes ringed them, male black as midnight, lion sigils flickering. The Inquisitores Leonis had arrived. Layla knelt. Roland lifted his sword, then froze. Steel hissed, parchment fluttered, and the chamber hushed before violence. In our final chapter, blades clash, vows test, and the Ember Codex's fate is decided. Do not look away. The flame's last stand nears. The torches flickered on wet stone. 8 swords were drawn. Roland stood in front of the seal, unmoving. Layla clutched the map to her chest. From the darkness, the lion's captain appeared. Black helmet, golden crest. "Hand over the book that blasphemes," he growled, "and die as penitents, not traitors." Roland answered with iron. Blades met, sparks showered. Each clang rang like a funeral bell, yet the knight fought with every crusader ghost he left on sand. Layla darted between pillars, searching for any lever. At the cavern's heart, she found an inscription: "If lion roars, drown the flame." Below, a rusted chain vanished into darkness. She used it. Gears groaned after 5 silent centuries. The waterfall thundered anew, water sheeted downstairs, dousing torches and toppling inquisitors. Roland seized Layla's wrist and pulled her toward the spiral exit. The lion caption roared. The flood swept him away. They burst into open sky, soaked, clutching only the parchment. The chamber, codex and all, lay buried beneath roaring cataracts. At dawn, they lit a ridge fire. The parchment dried, twin circles glowing in sunrise. They hadn't claimed the codex, but saved its map and hope. "What now?" Roland asked. Layla smiled. "We guard the flame and wait for the next seekers." So the secret survives, somewhere beyond water and stone, waiting for brave hands. Will it be yours?